Shane Dawson has figured out how to survive and thrive on YouTube, despite stardom on the platform being a rather fleeting thing. But this veteran YouTuber hasn't always been on the right side of the headlines. This is the untold truth of Shane Dawson. When he was first starting out, Dawson was told not to go by his real name if he ever wanted to make it in the entertainment industry. Speaking to AOL, the YouTube legend revealed that a former agent advised that he drop his, quote, awful name in favor of something a little easier on the ears. Dawson explained, "My real name is Shane Yor. My agent at the time said no one would want to see me because my name was awful. So I changed it, but it helped me create this other person." Having this other person allowed him to deal with the darker side of internet fame. The creator explained that keeping the Dawson and Yor sides of him separate meant he could redirect the abuse he would receive, some of which got very personal. He said, "When I got a bunch of hate comments of people telling me kill yourself or you're ugly or you're fat or this and that, I don't really process it because that's for Shane Dawson, that's not me." But why Dawson? While many fans seem to believe that it stems from a love for Leonardo DiCaprio's Titanic character Jack Dawson, he reportedly confirmed on his podcast that he actually chose the name because he was a huge fan of the show Dawson's Creek. At the age of 18, Dawson lost a significant amount of weight with the help of the Jenny Craig program, and before long, he made the transition from client to employee. He told Forbes, "I needed a job, so I started working there and quickly got promoted and became a manager." However, Dawson's relationship with the company soured after he used it as part of a setup for one of his outrageous sketches. The YouTuber apparently found the fact that Valerie Bertinelli was the brand's spokesperson pretty funny, considering her colorful past. Dawson imagined a scenario in which he was trying to sell the Jenny Craig diet to a bunch of elderly clients using passages from the actress's tell-all book. He explained, "She talked about sex and drugs a ton in the book. So then I was like, I want to do a video of me forcing my 80-year-old clients to read filthy passages from this book. So I did that." I don't think she liked it. I don't think Jenny Craig liked it. Dawson joked about getting fired from Jenny Craig when he talked to Forbes in 2017, but at the time, it was no laughing matter. It wasn't only Dawson who lost his job. A total of 6 people, his mom and brother included, were let go because of his Valerie Bertinelli sketch. He recalled, "It was dark. I don't like to throw around the suicide word lightly, but yeah, it was that." Dawson has made a number of videos on the topic of suicide over the years, but one of his most memorable ones is 2013's Dear Suicidal Teens. He made the video after news of Paris Jackson's attempt on her own life broke, imploring his younger viewers to never consider taking such a path. He revealed that he had a horrible childhood and that suicide is a road he's considered going down multiple times.
As many times as I thought to myself, maybe I should end it, I didn't, because I knew that, you know what, it sucks right now, but I'm gonna make it better.
The reaction to the video was overwhelmingly positive, with the message apparently getting through to many of his fans. He tweeted, "So happy my video about suicide helped some of you. You guys mean a lot to me and I'm here for you. Consider me your creepy big brother. If you or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please call or chat online with the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. Dawson has taken aim at fangirl culture in a number of his videos, but there was one in particular that many of his subscribers really didn't appreciate. During one of his Halloween-themed sketches, a One Direction fangirl uses a knife to carve the name Mrs. Styles into her arm, and that scene apparently triggered some members of the YouTuber's audience. Dawson took to Twitter to address the backlash, appearing to blame the offended people for not understanding the gag. He said, "The joke in my vid you guys are freaking out about isn't about cutting, it's a joke about obsessed fangirls. Sorry some of you missed that." Unsurprisingly, that wasn't enough for many of Dawson's fans. A few days later, he uploaded a video titled Depression and Cutting onto his channel, and he attempted to explain how he hadn't actually been making fun of cutting like people were saying.
Because basically, if I was, she'd be crying and she'd be cutting, whereas she was excited and she was carving, giving herself a homemade tattoo of Harry Styles.
He went on to explain that the way he chooses to deal with difficult things in life is through comedy. For a while, Dawson recorded videos of himself eating new foods. He would pig out on everything from Panda Express to prison food, with the views usually hitting the millions. They were big earners for Dawson, but one day he just stopped making them. When a fan asked him about his lack of foodie vids in December 2017, the YouTuber revealed that performing food challenges was having an effect on his mental health. He tweeted, "Honestly, it triggered my eating disorder issues and bulimia, and I wanted to stop having so much food around." Dawson spoke about his eating disorder in more detail back in 2014.
I have a pretty severe case of body dysmorphia.
The YouTuber explained that he had to have 15 pounds of excess skin removed after he lost weight quickly, leaving him unable to move.
I was left with a lot of scars, and I couldn't move for about a month and a half because if I moved, the doctor said my body could split open.
He went on to explain that he gained back around 25 pounds, which sent him into a depression. Dawson's weight has been up and down in the years since, but we're happy to say that he looked in good health in his first big project of 2019, Conspiracy Theories with Shane Dawson. In January 2018, YouTuber Logan Paul was facing a torrent of criticism from both the YouTube community and mainstream media for his now infamous Suicide Forest video. While all that was going on, Dawson became embroiled in a controversy of his own. He was accused of being a pedophile by a since-terminated YouTube channel called Pop Blast, which claimed to have proof, as reported by NME. This so-called proof was an audio recording of some jokes that Dawson had made on his podcast 6 years earlier, jokes that were in very bad taste. The shady Pop Blast channel was shut down by YouTube, but not before the owner uploaded what they claimed were receipts that proved Logan Paul's manager had paid for their video about Dawson to be made, according to Metro. Dawson later said in a tweet, in part, "I don't believe Logan's people had anything to do with it. It seems almost scripted. It's all very fascinating. God, I love the internet." Just like he's always done whenever he oversteps the mark, Dawson took to YouTube to address everything head-on. His video titled, "Regarding the rumors about me today," was a little more passionate than your regular apology video, with the visibly rattled content creator clearly angry that the jokes had, in his opinion, been taken out of context.
I cannot believe that I am having to make this video. I cannot believe that this is happening.
Dawson went on to firmly deny the allegations Pop Blast had made.
I am sorry that I used to make really jokes.
In 2014, British prankster Sam Pepper was caught up in a firestorm of hate after he released a video in which he pinched the bottoms of unsuspecting women on the street, as reported by the BBC. The YouTube community came down on him hard, and Pepper was reportedly told he was no longer welcome at VidCon, but some YouTubers noticed what they perceived to be double standards. YouTuber and blogger Francesca Ramsey pointed out that, while Pepper was being thrown under the bus for alleged sexist behavior, Shane Dawson had been getting away with racist content for years. Dawson has used blackface comedy in his videos on multiple occasions, including what the Washington Post described as an uncomfortable segment at VidCon 2012. The YouTuber reportedly invited teenage girls to join him on stage for what he dubbed ghetto pranks, which reportedly included booty dances and tasteless jokes about chicken. Ramsey said, "Sam was banned from VidCon over one video. Shane has done his modern-day minstrel show act at VidCon and faced no repercussions. It'd be nice if he'd acknowledge why these things are problematic, apologize to his audience, and stop doing them." Ramsey was reportedly subjected to racist language and even death threats after calling Dawson out, with one person even threatening to call her job to try and get her fired.
They have said all different types of things about my appearance, compared me to Hitler, compared me to plantation owners, said that I should kill myself.
Ramsey asked Dawson to apologize for his racially insensitive content, and he did just that. But not everyone was convinced that his apology was genuine.
First of all, I'm not racist. This video is me apologizing because I understand why some people think that.
He went on to admit that he actually didn't really know what blackface was.
I knew the term, but I didn't quite know any of the historical, background and any of that.
After doing his research, the YouTuber admitted that wearing black makeup for the purposes of comedy was, quote, cruel and horrible, and he claimed to be heartbroken after reading all the tweets and blog posts about him. However, not everyone was buying it. A Bustle article criticized the apology, saying, "His 11-minute diatribe reads as a thinly veiled attempt to look like the good guy, and doesn't own up to what made his video racist in the first place. Meh, sorry Shane." Dawson was at a low ebb following the backlash he'd faced in early 2018, but by the end of that year, he was back on top, thanks to an all-new video format. Dawson began making documentaries about fellow YouTubers, and the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. Following the release of his series on YouTube beauty guru Jeffree Star, Polygon said, "Shane Dawson's new series of investigative documentaries has become YouTube's Game of Thrones, appointment television for more than 1 billion people." Dawson followed that up with a docu-series about controversial YouTube star Jake Paul, the first installment of which was viewed by 500,000 people in less than an hour, according to TubeFilter. As of February 2019, the mind of Jake Paul has been watched more than 24 million times, but many commenters have found it to be deeply flawed. The Verge took issue with Dawson's attempt to diagnose Paul as a sociopath, saying, "On a platform like YouTube, mental health stigma is primed to spread faster and more dangerously." The publication also criticized Dawson for not pushing Paul hard enough about his racism scandal. In 2017, Spanish YouTubers Yvonne and Emilio Martinez claimed that they left Paul's influencer group Team 10 because he would make fun of their heritage and use racist language, which, as noted by The Verge, was something Dawson failed to properly address. Still, despite all the controversies, Dawson continues to create new content. It will be interesting to see what the future brings. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.